We are a spectacular sight today on this January the 11th of 2003. We are a beautiful people making up many different complexions and creeds and countries and cultures and classes, but we are here together as a single people, the people America. But I want to say just a couple of things. I'm here reluctantly. We should not have to be here. Because elected officials should represent the equality and the liberty and the justice of all American people, regardless of who they are. And they do not. But for the same reason that in 1947, as a teenager, I walked in Massillon, Ohio, into the Sugar Bowl restaurant and sat down to try to eat and was refused service only because of my color. For the same reason that I started doing that, I'm here this morning. Because if we do not resist the way in which King George and his government is operating, we will give our country over to tyranny, over to racism, over to sexism, over to greed, over to materialism, over to economic injustice, and we will not have a chance to make the 21st century the finest century the human race has ever known. The issue here is not Iraq. No! The problem is that for too long, we the people have allowed our elected officials and big business media to direct us away from peace to war, away from brotherhood and sisterhood to chaos. So, we are here declaring that we will remain here and be here for the struggle until indeed we can point this country away from what it is doing to what it needs to do on behalf of all people. So I say to you, we must resist, but we must also organize our families, organize our friends, organize our congregations, organize our neighborhoods, teach them, help them to understand that this is the beginning of a protracted, nonviolent struggle until indeed we change governments as they are to make them what governments ought to be in America. That's our task. So, war and violence, we must stop blessing. We must instead use our resources to bless one another and to bless truth and peace and wonder and the infinite possibilities of this century.
Going back to what religions have brought to the table, and we have an amazing opportunity because religions talk about confession, repentance, forgiveness, and mercy, where other secular society haven't been able to go. They've been able to move people as a moral compass. They've been able to advocate for human rights and empower the disenfranchised, serve as intermediaries, devoting themselves to peacemaking and bringing parties together. We educate by building. We bring together people like James Lawson, who sat through the civil rights era and helped people break it down to know what it meant to be nonviolent, that it wasn't a sign of weakness, and indeed it was a sign of great strength to be able to look at an oppressor straight in the eye and say, no, you cannot step on me. I am here, I am human, and I count.